It happens in the deep woods, on snow, in the mountains, or through city streets. But for the last 18 months, it hasn't happened at all. The Canadian Rallye Championship, like many other sports, was forced to pause and wait. At Rallye Baie in February 2020, the pandemic was looming.
I'm excited to get the season underway.
Maybe this is the year where we can get everything right.
Nobody predicted the long hiatus that would follow. Now, with safety protocols well established, the vaccine numbers rising and case numbers plummeting, Rallye is back and ready to restart.
I'm so excited right now. I've never been so excited for a rally ever, I don't think.
Rallye Baie de Chaleurs is always a party, an event. And it will be the long-awaited celebration and return to the sport we love. Even if fans are asked to stay home, finally, we rally. In the quiet oceanside town of New Richmond, Quebec, a landmark return to the Canadian Rallye Championship is set to begin. After a long pause for the COVID-19 pandemic, a spectatorless event kicks off the 2021 Rallye Championship season. There will be no fan-filled opening ceremony or large spectator areas, but a quiet excitement has the first entry list in 16 months raring to go. That includes top contenders such as Joël Levac.
You know, all this month, we don't know where we're going with us problem with the COVID, and now back on the car, it's a very nice feeling. We come back today with Laurence Fanny-Lestage. It's the 5th time we do the rally here together. So we try to take a good pace and we'll see and have fun on the car. This is no negotiation.
Also contending for the podium or better is the team of Maxime Labrie and Annick Barrette.
Joël, with his car, are probably in the league of their own, so we're going to aim for second place. I think that's probably on a normal day, that's probably the best we can hope for today. It's been a long time, and it's really good to be back behind the wheel, to get that feeling again. So really looking forward to the rally today, and the temperature is looking to be really nice today, so I think it's going to be a great race.
This year's rally calendar consists of 7 events without the usual opening round Rallye Baie, which was forced to cancel due to the pandemic. The Rocky Mountain Rally has moved to the fall for a back-to-back Western leg for the same reason. The work of all the event organizers has been immense, but the championship is ready to go.
It was really important to me to get out and race again. It's been 18 months since we were able to race. I'm so excited right now. I've never been so excited for a rally ever, I don't think. And get all the French, because we're the only English team here. We're the only team west of Quebec. We got to represent.
Obviously, we are looking to be competitive. We are looking for the two-wheel drive podium. Maybe in some fast stuff, we will be more battling against LeBlanc, and in the twisty stuff, we'll be against Bailey. Car should be really competitive, so hopefully we'll be tight in between 3 of us.
This year's event is all rally and no filler. Condensed into a single day, the teams will run just shy of 200 competitive kilometers over 11 stages. 20 entries were able to confirm their spot in what was relatively short notice, as schedules were confirmed over the past month. The Canadian Rallye Championship is presented by Subaru Canada. Confidence in motion. Bright and early, the stages are set to begin as the cars make their way to the opening stage of the 2021 championship season. First up, Joël Levac and Laurence Fanny-Lestage in a WRC Mini. For every organizer, series executive, and beyond, it's an important moment.
We got it started. What a beautiful sound.
Joël should be fastest today. He's been here before and won, and his machinery is unparalleled. Their focus has to be on building chemistry in the car, as it's their first event in years together. Second on the road, Labrie and Barrette. This husband and wife duo are as skilled as any, but this is just their second event in this car. The car is fast, the driver is fast, It's just a matter of time, but for the moment, they aren't in a position to throw caution to the wind. But don't tell them that. If there was a team that could push Baie and Barrette into a mistake, it would have to be the brothers LeBlanc. They are local heroes and have put their Subaru on the podium several times at this event. They are also supported by multi-time champs Frank and Dan Sprongel, so you know the car under them is up for the challenge. Behind them, Moreau and Guité may surprise people. They have come out swinging with the 4th fastest time on the opening stage. But maybe the bigger surprise is the pace of Laverdiere and Trudel in their two-wheel drive Fiesta ST. This is Nicolas' first event in two-wheel drive, and he lays down a 5th fastest to start the event. It's a big statement that this team is here not just to win, but to dominate. That puts him in front of other top four-wheel drive contenders such as Mailloux and Poirier in their test racing-prepared STI hatch. Mailloux will pick up the pace on stage 2 and move ahead into 5th, as other four-wheel drive cars take note that the two-wheel drive guys aren't holding back. That puts pressure on the other test racing teams of Garceau and Toupin, and Brisebois and Desmarais-Trepanier. That's because there are 3, count them 3, two-wheel drive cars in the top 10. The defending two-wheel drive champions LeBlanc and Dubé and their Civic have taken control of two-wheel drive by moving into 5th overall. That's outstanding pace. Westerners Bailey and Peterson are in hot pursuit, also in the top 10. The three-way battle in two-wheel drive has hit a fever pitch, and we're just in the opening stages of this long one-day event.
A left 4 into right 5 minus in. That's left 4 into right 5 minus in.
Back with Laverdiere and Trudel. The opening stage class win was a big moment for the duo who have made the switch from open class to two-wheel drive. You can see they already have the pace to make a run at the title, but their race ends abruptly. Both driver and co-driver are unharmed. Back at the top, Levac and Lestage are seemingly just warming up, but through the first few stages, they've already amassed more than a minute's lead. It's hard to think that anyone will touch them this weekend. Behind them, Baie and Barrette are finding their legs on gravel for the first time in the X-Factory Subaru. It's encouraging for their season as well. But a hard landing puts their season in peril. Maxime has injured his back. They pull over and await medical assistance. With the early retirements, the leaderboard quickly spreads out. Levac leads with nearly 3 minutes over their brothers LeBlanc, who have 2 minutes on Mailloux. LeBlanc and Dubé and their Civic are leading two-wheel drive, 4th overall.
Là, tu laisses ta tête droite, t'enlèves pas ton casque, tu bouges plus. C'est clair?
Maxime Labrie will receive medical attention and is expected to make a full recovery. 5 hard-fought stages are now complete at the Rallye Baie de Chaleurs. Teams arrive for service, but the news hasn't filtered back to the crews about the injury to Maxime Labrie.
Yeah, maybe 18 months, but after one start, the adrenaline is there and you're running flat out, so it's fun. It's fun. Right now everything is fine, and we have a small issue with a windshield washer pump, but this is not affect the time, but we have lots of fun on the car, and the time is amazing.
The news comes as a shock to the LeBlanc brothers.
Now it's pretty good. I start more carefully because after 2 years not being rallying and not being in the car, I better to be cautious. But now I'm increase my time every stage we do, so we get more and more comfortable. We're still slower than Labrie on every stage, so we sit 3rd. I'm happy.
Labrie's out of the rally.
Labrie,
he took a jump and landed hard, and
Where?
Looks like he's going to the hospital. That's my understanding from André at Swap Shop.
What the f? I didn't see him.
Yeah, I don't know if he pulled over or finished the stage or what.
René, Labrie est out. La Brie est out! Out? Non. Ils sont partis à l'hôpital. Hein? On n'a même pas vu. Ben, je le sais. À l'hôpital? Ouais.
The Canadian rally community is tightly knit. Competitors on the stages, comrades off them. Hearing of their friend's injury leaves a sour taste. The situation is doubly bad for Team Swap Shop. One driver down, and the other with a turbo failure. The team is reeling. The news spreads to the other teams.
Sad for Labrie for his back though. Like, it's part of the game, I guess, and he's super fast. So like, I don't know where he got caught, but hope he's gonna be well. And for a stunt guy, I guess it's just a normal day at the office, right?
Nouveau copilote, nouvelle voiture, longue pause, fait que ça donnait rien d'essayer de faire, d'y aller agressif tout de suite parce que c'est sûr qu'on aurait peut-être pas, on serait peut-être pas là présentement. Fait qu'on va prendre le temps de trouver notre rythme puis on poussera pas plus fort qu'il faut.
Back at Swap Shop, while they wait for news on Maxime's injury, Moreau has managed to return to service with a blown turbo. He's out of contention, but they expect to make the repair and continue. And that's not the only damaged car to make it back. Leverdier's retired Fiesta has dropped off its service.
Yeah, it was pretty good off. 3-4 roll into the trees. Back on the wheels, but too deep in the woods. Yeah, pretty rough day. We're going really well. I think we're 5th overall, so way better than we expect. Car was awesome. Honestly, it's a really, really fast car. Everything worked so well, and I think we're maybe a bit optimistic in the note and a bit late in the calling. So we went way too fast in that corner and went off multiple roll and into the trees and everything. So yeah, pretty rough day, but cars have all 4 wheels straight, so maybe it's not too much damage. Next time, yeah.
You know, Levardier is out now, so you know that's going to give LeBlanc an opportunity to lift it a little bit. So if he's smart enough to lift it a little bit, he's going to win this race. But if he keeps in it like he is, we'll see what happens at the end.
We've gone from no rally to the first post-pandemic stage to full-on rally here at Baie des Chaleurs as the cars head into the afternoon leg of stages. Teams look to either solidify their place on the leaderboard or continue to make a charge. First up, Levac and Lestage in their WRC Mini. A 3-minute lead is about all you could hope for this early into the rally. The key now is not to waste it. But WRC cars are fickle things, and they only like being driven hard. A lucky break. They are beached between the bridge and the water, but they look stuck. Their 3-minute lead is fading away. Behind them, second on the road, are the LeBlanc brothers. With 2-minute gaps between cars, they know they've cut the lead down to just a minute or less as they drive by. Levac knows the same thing. He isn't out of the woods yet, which makes the LeBlanc brothers the new leaders. Not a position they are all that used to, but they take it in stride. Back with the Mini, things might be looking up.
Come on! Come on, guys!
A few fans have come to help, and the Mini gets rocked loose. Lestage jumps into the car, and when they get their belts done up, it's flat out. They have a good amount of stage distance left to take back their lead. Third into the loop is Mailloux and Poirier. And wouldn't you know it, they make the exact same mistake as Levac. The loose gravel around the braking point for the corner seems to be more hazardous than expected. They make out better than the Mini, but valuable time is still lost. Behind them in the two-wheel drive lead and fourth overall is Leblanc-Dubé. With all the carnage in front of them, they could potentially close the gap to the overall podium. But before that can happen, lights on the dash tell a sad story. Their Civic is overheating and dropping into limp mode. They are forced to pull over. With the Civic out, Brisebois moves up into fourth place despite suffering a flat tire that he opts to drive out. That means that the new two-wheel drive leaders are Bailey and Peterson. Thanks to some carnage in front of them, and some fast but safe driving on Jason Bailey's part. They find themselves in fifth overall. It's a slim margin to Garçon, Toupin in sixth, who are just 10 seconds back. That's striking distance for the test racing open class Subaru WRX STI. The attrition opens doors for some unexpected heroes, but that's unsurprising. Many had other things on their mind this past year. Despite briefly losing the lead, Levac and Lestage put the hammer down to take back over a minute and a half. The LeBlanc brothers hold second, Mailloux and Poirier round out the top three. Bailey and Peterson hold on to fifth overall in the two-wheel drive lead with the two longest stages left to run after a final service. In Rally, half the fun is coming back after a loop of stages and sharing your war stories. For Levac, he'd rather leave his 3-minute off-road excursion out of the interview.
We have lots of things to do with that car, and we just want to make sure all the friends and family have the time, because it's only 20 minutes. So to make sure everything is perfect, we look everything and we continue and everything is fine.
As the thing is going now, if I finish the last loop, I'll be second on the podium, so I don't want to damage the car. But I want a feeling, so I push just hard enough to be nice in the car.
I got a puncture at the beginning of the stage, and I decided, because we were in the tight portion, I was like, I'm not gonna stop here. It's better than stop and change it. So custom wheel, but actually it worked though.
There was a couple of cars that were having trouble in front of us, some of the four-wheel drive guys looking, running out on flats. There was one guy we caught on stage because he had a drive shaft issue, so we caught up to him. So it might well be. There's been a lot of attrition this rally, and as always, I don't win by being fastest, I win by being here.
Who will be here after the final two stages? That's what's left to figure out. We've completed 9 out of 11 stages of the opening round of the 2021 Canadian Rally Championship, but this rally is far from over. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada. Confidence in motion. Leading the way, as it's been all day, is Levac and Lestage, in what's been an impressive drive despite one anxious moment. This team brings the machinery and the excitement to any event they attend. This event was supposed to be spectator-free, but resilient fans have found a way, and this team is certainly one of the reasons why. But they are not the only ones who have been impressive today. The LeBlanc brothers have managed to balance the desire for a home win with the realization that the post-pandemic restart requires some caution. As some ahead of them faltered, they were there, steadily picking up spots. The top test racing car, Mailloux and Poirier, looked strong in third. They suffered some flat tires and a stall earlier in the day, but they managed to keep their losses minimal. Like their teammates, Brisebois and Desmarais Trepanier, who also suffered some flat tires. Mailloux is still new to this game, so a national podium is an excellent place to land if he can hang on. Speaking of hanging on, Bailey and Peterson know the two-wheel drive win is all but in the bag, and they aren't willing to be goaded into risking it for a top 5 finish overall. When an engine light illuminates on his dashboard, they back off and coast to the two-wheel drive win. Luckily for them, it would seem that those who could have picked them off had troubles of their own. Garçon and Toupin don't attack to close the 10-second gap to Bailey. Perron and Marcoux take 7th, and Moreau and Guité climb back up into 8th after their turbo woes and 15 minutes worth of rally restart penalties. Larose and Pesant finished last, second in two-wheel drive. Rally is an educational process, and they are learning. But this weekend belongs to Levac and Lestage. Their WRC weapon was simply too strong for this field. They take the overall win by over 2 minutes with the LeBlanc brothers second, Mailloux and Poirier third. Bailey and Peterson hold down an impressive 5th overall, first in two-wheel drive. Only 10 cars managed to finish the event. Now that Rallye is back, we can expect stronger entry fields with more time to prepare.
Beautiful weekend. We like all the stage here. It's nice to be in normal lives in the car. So yeah, perfect.
Pretty good day for us. When Joel showed to an event, second place is kind of the first place we can hope for. I'm very, very happy about the day.
On est très contents. On a roulé à notre rythme, là, puis on n'a pas fait d'erreur majeure. On est bien contents.
You got to be lucky to be good. You got to be good to be lucky. And you know, we had our fair share of moments this weekend, but we got away with them. We wanted to hold on to the two-wheel drive win. Knew we might give away a couple spots to 5th place that we were in, but the important thing was to get to the bottom and you know, get to the finish.
For the sport, it's very important to keep going. It's very great to see back the family, all the friends in the forest, have a talk. Can't wait for the next event for sure.
And we're all just so happy to have a reason to get out of the house, because it was a long, tough year, and I think everybody here needed this.
For the organizers across this country, the starts and stops, social distancing requirements, and shutdowns meant that rallies were repeatedly set to go and then halted. The champagne never flew. This celebration comes as a big thank you. Rallye is back in Canada.